Hello guys, welcome back to the class Passive Information Gathering video 2. So in this we are going to see regarding WHOIS lookup information. WHOIS lookup information of any internet property like domain name or IP address. And if we go back to the Kali machine, and in this page in the last video we have did some investigation regarding the IP address 116.202.13.74, and if we scroll down, and I told you this is a very important piece of information, WHOIS information. So what is a WHOIS? WHOIS is a query protocol. Basically it is a protocol, and actually it's a database system also, to look up the information about the domain and IP addresses. That's what I said as a internet properties or internet objects. So WHOIS is a protocol and a database system to look up information about as domain names and IP address, provides information about the registrants of the domain. So who is registrants, who are registrars, what are their contact information, what is the IP block, and so on. So what information can you extract from WHOIS lookup? So what information can you extract from WHOIS lookup as a domain name? So in our case, INSECTECHS.in is the domain name which we got from the client. So we can extract its IP address. Then the registrar, that is the company that is registered the domain name for the owner, for example like your GoDaddy and so on. And the registrant is the person or organization that owns the domain name. For example, INSECTECHS VBTC owns INSECTECHS.in. INSECTECHS VBT is a full company name. And the administrative contact, the person who is responsible to deal the matters that is related to particular domain name. Okay. Then the contact of a technical person who is responsible for the technical contact person who is responsible for a technical matters that is related to that particular domain. And of course the name servers and the creation and expiry dates. This is also very much important. Let me tell you why after some time. And of course the domain status, the current status of the domain. So as we go back to Kali Linux machine once again. So as you can see, this is the WHOIS information, and this is all the information that can be extracted related to this IP address. Okay, not the domain INSECTECHS.in, but regarding the IP address 116.20.13.74, which is actually a web server, and it is owned by a company called Hedgener Online GmbH. Okay, so let me come from the beginning itself. Let me open the Terminator, and we have a lot of online tools as well. Let us go to the online tools first. Let me open the website, and in here, in this link, as you can see over here, you can bookmark this link. And if I go scroll down, and if I click on WHOIS, and let me open a new tab. Let me type the domain name first, INSECTECHS.in, and get me the full info. Type the captcha MBSZ. So this is the domain name INSECTECHS.in. We got the domain name, then the registrar, then the registered ID, registry ID, not register, it's a registry ID, and the registrar is GoDaddy in my case. And if you buy a domain name, it could be some other companies like GoDaddy, Namecheap, and so on. So the updated date and the creation dates are mentioned over here, as you can see, and the registry expiry date, as you can see over here, it's in next year 2024 on January 6th. Okay, and this is very much important, because if I come over here, and as you can see, this guy is Mr. Sanmay Ved, and he actually purchased and he actually owned google.com for about certain period of time, and Google had to pay him about 8 lakh Indian rupees, I guess, if not Google paid, sorry, 12,000 rupees to get it back. So this guy actually had his eyes on this expiry date. So this is a very crucial information. You can keep an eye on it, and later if you actually becomes owner, if you can buy the domain name like someone has bought earlier, INSECTECHS.com, and that guy can actually create a fake website of INSECTECHS and can do phishing attacks. He can do a lot of malicious activities using this domain, and that guy actually who owns this domain name can actually spoil the reputation of that particular company itself. Okay, so I'm the victim over here. Similarly, Google was also victim. Very big multi-billion-dollar company was also victim, and the former Google guy Sanmay Ved, who actually discovered google.com on the list of domains available for sale on September 29th, he bought it for just $12, man. Seriously, this is, what can we say that? So that is the reason why this date is important. and of course the registrar is IANA. Then if we scroll down, you can get the information regarding the domain status over here. In the PPT we have seen the domain status, the current domain status of the domain. Okay, and next is registrant ID, redacted for privacy, name, registrant name redacted for privacy, registrant organization is INSECTECHS, street name, province is Telangana of India, postal code is again redacted for privacy. So what is redacted for privacy? It is a piece of information that if you feel that needs to be hidden from the general public, it can be considered as a important information or a piece of information that is not accessed to general public. Generally, if you are a customer who covers under GDPR, that is General Data Protection Regulation, then you can use this redacted for privacy. Or even if you're a domain owner, you can actually hide your information from identity theft, most importantly from identity theft. Or else if you do not hide your information can be used for malicious purpose. Like for example, if your email ID is registered or if your email ID is shown over here, I can send fake emails using the email ID, or I can do social engineering by calling your phone number and so on. So this is all the information that is displayed using WHOIS query protocol. So how do we do manually? Let me go back to a Kali Linux machine. So let me open the terminal or Terminator application, and if I type WHOIS, then you can actually type the IP address or the domain name. Let me type the domain name first over here. So when I actually hit whoisinsectechs.in, then I got all the information that we have already seen in the earlier website. Okay, it's almost same information, and you can actually copy this and paste in your Word document that so again redacted for privacy. Let me actually do WHOIS for either google.com or facebook.com, google.com. Let me see what information we can get from WHOIS google.com. If we scroll up, we see the domain name is google.com and the ID is registry ID is this 213 and so on. Register WHOIS server is whoismarkmonitor.com, and these are the dates: updated, creation and expiry date. Registered is markmonitor inc, and we got phone number and email address. So malicious actors will use this information for malicious activities. This is abuse contact email and so on, and the name servers for google.com ns1, ns2, ns3 and ns4.google.com and so on. So this is how you can get WHOIS information of any domain or any internet property. So if you go to google.com and type WHOIS lookup, there are so many websites that provide you WHOIS service lookup. Okay, so you can go to any one of these websites and you can type the domain name as well as IP address to get the WHOIS information of that particular internet property. Okay, see for example from whois.domainstools.com, if I type facebook.com, which we didn't see earlier, and if I hit search, so as you can see the WHOIS lookup information of facebook.com is registrar safe LLC, IANA ID is 3237, URL and so on, name servers, dates, expiry, creation and updated dates, and it is 9645 days old, IP location, IP address, ASN information, IP history and so on, email address, and we have the phone number also as well as. So we'll copy this phone number and we will do reverse phone lookup in the next class. So this is a tutorial on WHOIS lookup. See you in the next class, guys. Thank you for watching the video and do subscribe to the YouTube channel INSECTECHS.